Pizza. Went to Casey's and I got pizza. Two slices. Small slice and a big slice. Eat the small slice first. Here's the big one for you next. For you. For last. Not later though. Last though. And I got me some A&W root beer. They didn't have 7-Up. I'm gonna have to go ahead and open up YouTube. I'm gonna open a new YouTube and find me. Your videos. Continue. Okay. Close that. Live. That's the one I just did, and that's the one I'm doing now. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it over here. Make that bigger. I don't need to edit it. That one was almost 5 minutes. 5 hours, I mean. Okay, close that. Views. Close. Looks like I got 2 views for the first one. Good. Go ahead and click on it. Go to the new one. This is the new one. 2. Pause that. Share with the same people I shared the first one with. Copy. Then go here. Close that. Close that. Close that. Then find details are going to spend with. Yes. Okay. Here. Here. Yeah. See who's awake. See who else is awake. Pear potatoes is awake. Once a week. Once a week. Uh, once a week. Of all these people. I'm gonna post this to Jerry Mike. President Sarah Santa. What's it to? Uh, Buying Asha. If we came up Ram. So I have to share it with 87. I'm sure. Yeah, I did share. So he's not a week right now, but it's okay. Okay. Now, I'll share it on YouTube. On Twitter. I mean, I'll share it on Twitter. My Star Wars strips games diary. Okay, go here. Okay. Now, I posted it everywhere I need to post. Go back to the scene. Good. I'm gonna pour myself some Dr. Pepper, and we're gonna start. I was watching Attack of the Clones, actually. I was really getting into it, but I have to stream. So. Let's see. It shows. We started from where we left off last time. So about right here, here, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Okay, scene 25. Exterior Sicilla, night. The group escapes into the night. Lambda, where to now, milady? Ray, the Force will guide us, as it always has. Scene 26. Exterior Sicilla. Temporary encampment, woods, day. C-3PO. Oh, I am in bad need of an oil bath. We've been wandering about this planet aimlessly for 3 days. Will this ever end? Ben. Don't worry, my golden friend. It only seems aimless. I said circumstances will soon change in our favor. Take a bite of our pizza. Looks like Sunday and Monday is going to be sunny. Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be cloudy, and Thursday is going to be sunny. You got a head on this. Any root beer here? Okay, that's better. There. Now that's the most root beer is they had Dr. Pepper that one day went to the Chinese restaurant. I'm gonna go another cup full of water now. Pure water. Well, not pure water. It's out the tap. There. Now, instead of having A&W root beer and water and pizza, what I had then that day was shrimp fried rice, and it was good. And this time I'm having water, A&W root beer, and pizza. Let hope arise and make the darkness flee. Love so bold, it needed revolution somehow. Now I'm lost in your freedom, and this world I'll overcome. God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. Does use the bathroom? Bathroom's that way. Let heaven roar and fire fall. Come shake the ground with the sound of revival. Let heaven roar and fire fall. Come shake the ground with the sound of revival. Our God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roar like a lion. God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. Roaring, roaring, roaring like a lion. Make sure I have started the live feed, or else I waste so much words. No, it's been like going on for 15 minutes now. Good. Ah, A&W root beer, so good. Yum. We're gonna beer out. A&W root beer. Well, other kinds of root beer that are good for you. No, it's never. Some, I think, like mug root beer have snacks, but A&W don't. So, okay. All right, ready? I don't think Verner's does. All right, don't think. Don't quote me on that yet. I'm not sure. Uh, no. Scene 27. Or those were back in July. Exterior, Gisela, woods, sunset. The group walks single file to hide the numbers. Suddenly, screaming, wailing, and a high-pitched girlish voice is heard in the distance. Ben, Scipio, what is the girl's voice saying? Scipio, a lot of fellowship swear words, sir, and shouts to let me go or my parents will find me. Ray looks at Ben. Ben, you gotta stay here. This little girl doesn't need our help. My wife and I will handle this. Scene 28. Exterior, Scylla, sunset, clearing, sunset. Oops, I made a mistake. But I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Four thugs roughly manhandle a 10-year-old Czech girl in a blue and green dress. It looks filthy and unwashed. One of the thugs shouts at her inside Misty and smacks her across the mouth hard, leaving a bruise. She shuts up. Another thug breaks to speak but can't because he is choking. His hand goes to his throat, but his windpipe is soon crushed and he collapses to the earth. Just then, as the other three look around in fear, a gun flies out of another's hand and turns around and shoots him in the face. He falls over dead. As the other two begin shouting at the top of their lungs, begin randomly firing in every direction. Ray and Ben come out from behind the dense trees and foliage and quickly dispatch the remaining two thugs. The girl's eyes go wide in shock and disbelief. Just then, the girl screams, turns around, and begins to take off running in the other direction. But she is frozen mid-stride as Ben holds out his hand. But she continues to scream out of her lungs. Ben, Scipio, come here. Scipio comes out of the woods. Ben, tell this frightened young girl that we mean her no harm and that we want to help her find her parents. Scipio shouts out to the girl inside Misty sternly. She stops screaming. Ben lowers his hand. She walks back to the group. All the members, Leno, Rose, Finn, R2, Chewbacca, BB-8, and DL, have rejoined Ray, Ben, and Scipio in the clearing. Ray, Scipio asks this girl who her parents are and who she is. Scipio speaks to the girl in soft tones inside Misty. Girl, I am fluent in basic, so there is no need for your talk droid. I am Princess Eruthrudora Trodora of the 5th House of the Chisensi. A crime syndicate, Crimson Dawn, hired those thugs who had kidnapped me to use me as a bartering chip to blackmail the royal family. Sorry for my fear, but I believed you to be Sith warriors sent by some rival faction who had other interests. And I did the only thing my instinct told me to do, try to run. A look of joy dawns on each member of the group's face, save the droids, who nevertheless show their excitement in other ways. Ben, can you take us to the Tennessee? We will be very grateful. This is not cola, guys. This is A&W root beer. There's no caffeine in A&W root beer. No, root beer is not. Most root beer does not have caffeine in it. Yeah, I don't know if any does. Ben, can you take us to the Tennessee? We will be very grateful, and you will be real help to us. Thrudora. Yes, I paid attention to every mile those ruffians took me. It is a long way off. I hope you brought camping gear. Ben, it is in the Wookiee's pack. Fedora. I've never seen an actual Wookiee before, or BB unit. Only in television, the Hall or Hall Vids, or other visual data storage units. What are your names? Ben. Ben Solo Skywalker, Surface Lady. Ray Skywalker Solo. Chewie barks. Ben, that's Chewie. Through Dora. He introduced himself as Chewbacca. Chewie must be his nickname. I'm also fluent in Speak-Rock. Know a lot of binary, and am fluent in many other languages and dialects. That's the education, for instance, of the fifth health ascendancy is intense. And I also know many fighting arts and good of blaster and stuff. R2D2 beeps. BB-8 beeps through door. Oh, giggles. Covering mouth. R2D2 with BB-8. Nice to meet you. Deal. Deal, milady. C3PO. I am C3PO. He must have relations, milady. Rose Sequel, milady. Finn redeemed, milady. Formerly 5th floor Stormtrooper, 5th and 2187 at your service. Land without a car is in, my little lady. Bows. Fedora. Curtsies. It is a pleasure to make all your acquaintances. Now, if you all follow me, we'll fire away the 5th house chest. But don't you expect to get there anytime soon. We have a rather large road ahead of us. Then let's get going. We have a moment to lose. Thank you. You've been most kind. Scene 29. Exterior Sicily. Wide plains and rolling hills. Midday. The party of lovers is on the track. Scene 30. Exterior Sicily. Mountain pass. Morning. Dressed in fur, save the droids. The party continues, trudging through the deep snow. Scene 31. Exterior swamp. Sicily. Evening. The party is camped out. Scene 3 p.m. Lady Ray, if I may venture an opinion, Chewbacca and Princess Aerithridora have been gone gathering firewood for far too long. I'm sorry to become concerned. Ben, I agree. I sense that they may be in grave danger. Finn and Rose come with us. Rose and Finn. Yes, Master Ben. Scene 32. Exterior Sicily. Swamp night. Chewie and Theodora are on the huge tentacles of a massive green-skinned swamp monster with yellow spots and many eye stalks, about to be devoured by it. And when Ray, Ben, Finn, and Rose attend the rescue, attempting to slice and skewer the beast with their lightsabers, but it only serves to distract the beast from eating its two victims. Ben and Ray leap on top of the creature, slicing off eye stalk after eye stalk. The creature roars in pain and anguish, but still holds tight to Chewie and the girl, and hastens to finish its meal. Finn and Rose leap atop the beast and attempt to slice out the tentacles, holding its two victims, but they are too thick. The girl and Chewie continue to scream. Just then, Finn creates a force bubble around himself and leaps into the creature's gaping maw ahead of Theodora and Chewbacca. Several seconds later, the force bubble expands beyond the bounds of the swamp beast's skin, making the beast explode in a gory, gooey mess. The Jedi, Theodora, and Chewie fall to the earth, and Ben and Ray free them of the massive tentacles. Theodora and Chewbacca cough from being restricted, and they grasp for air. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Right. Right. Mm. Okay. Okay. Ben pats Finn on the back. Good job, Finn. You've earned your right to be my Padawan, as you have been begging me for months now. Will you accept? Finn, you can't imagine the horror that was scared inside that thing, Ben. I won't be able to sleep for weeks now. Bows and kneels to Ben. I accept and submit to your teaching and your training, Master Soul Skywalker. Ben, your hair is cut too short to make a braid. I'll fix you a clip on. Finn, I've always wanted one of those. Yes. Alright, dear Rose, my wife. Soon I'll be a nut like you. Just wait and see. Rose, I believe in you, husband. Scene 33. Exterior Sicily. Beach coast. Day. A rickety but big boat is tied up to a wooden dock. Theodora. All aboard. I was hoping and praying the boat with the lift chair hadn't been taken yet. Now we have to cross this huge lake. Finn looks. Where's the other side? I only see water. Theodora. It took 3 days for the five of us to cross this lake. We had better pray for no gales. We could capsize really quick. Finn's eyes closed and he vows that Truly Ray Ben and Rose follow suit. Lemon crosses his arms. After the raised their heads, opened their eyes, they all boarded the boat. Scene 34. Exterior Chisilla Lake Water Day. As the crew of the boat fishes for food, some transparent crystal dolphins leap ahead beside the boat. A huge exotic bird of prey swoops down, ignoring the crew of the boat, and snatches away one of the crystal dolphins, who makes a pitiful wailing sound as it is carried up. C-35. Exterior Sicily, grassy lakeshore day. The boat is scuttled upon the opposite shore of the lake. The crew disembark. They continue the journey without a word. Scene 36. Still a big city day. No one dares touch any of the party of love because they are with the princess, under her protection, and all are grateful to see her alive. Scene 37. Exterior Palace, the fifth house, Sunday day. The palace is grand with ornate markings all over it, and a huge spire pointing to the direction of the star of the Sis. Directions pointing to the direction star of the Sis. Shis. Scene 38. Interior palace, fifth house, Sunday. The pillars of the fifth house sit in the royal audience chamber arrayed in royal colors as part of a 11 recurring audience. Sis leader. There is no reward great enough to repay you for saving my daughter's life not once but twice. Also, I am quite aware that since you are leaders yourselves of position of authority in the Republic, you are already each one of you reached beyond imagination. Lady Ray, you are permitted to speak. Ray, tell me the weakness of the Mithra Neurodo, Your Majesty. Shis Society leader. It is the weakness of our whole species, our inability to sense of force, deception, and betrayal. Ray, do you approve of Thrall controlling the Empire? Leader, no, we do not. Ray, can Thrall be stopped? Leader, there is certainly can and must be stopped. He is mad of power. There is something you must know. Something we know because of our connection to Thrawn that the entire New Republic is quite unaware of. But we feel it would help your cause tremendously if we told you. Ben, permission to speak, Your Register. Leader, Greta Master Ben. Ben, what is this intelligence speak of? Leader, it concerns a clone army manning Mithra Neurodo's Master Katana fleet. They are generated from a clone facility from a planet in the Ober Sky system called Wayland. If you are to crush Thrawn's war effort, there you must strike. But beware, it is guarded by two dark Jedi. The Master currently boards Thrawn's ship, the Chimera, and we do not know the whereabouts of his apprentice, the clone of one now deceased Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. But his master George Sabaoth is far more dangerous. The facility is one thing. The two dark Jedi stay near a mountain fortress. One thing is certain. If these two dark Jedi are not also dispatched and also the facility, these two dangerous men will surely take over the Empire after Thrawn dies, when he is defeated. Right, how would we defeat Thrawn himself? Leader smiles. That I do not know. He may have to be defeated militarily by the rebel fleet. Your guess is as good as mine. But your top priority is Willen. Men, then to Willen we will go. We will use the transport to quickly get back to our ship. Later, we will give you an artificial air car, which should be big enough for the 10 of you flying breathing room. Our scouts have already located your starship and programmed the car with its coordinates. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. Ray, thank you for your kindness. Live in peace. Bows as to all the other Jedi. The others also do obeisance. Nearby, C-3PO is coming out of an oil bath, and we can see the other droids all shiny, buffed up. Scene 39. Cecilia, woods, midday. The speeder races through the Cecilian wood. Scene 40. Exterior, Cecilia, Millennium Falcon, falconry, day. A figure in a black robe waits their arrival, as well as a small army of very angry shifts. The speeder parks well away from them. The crew disembarks. Luke, in a loud, booming, force amplified voice. You are all walking dead persons, every last one of you. My spy network has failed to dot your exact location, and we have been awaiting your arrival with eager anticipation. Speaks loudly inside Misty with subtitle. Wrong, citizens of Sicily, attack! Chewbacca and Lando start blasting away with bowcaster and his blaster rifle, flanking the four Jedi to the left and right, and the droids still on board the speeder. The Jedi come in saber swing, piercing, dismembering, and chopping the angry ships as just females and males go down by gun and by sword. One by one, soon there are no enemies left standing, save Luke in the distance. Luke claps loudly and slowly 3 times. Luke, well done. I expected no less. But not even the four of you Jedi are any match for my inestimable power. Lando and Chewbacca, stay out of this affair for your own good. It's strictly Jedi business, and I have no beef with either of you. He tried to kill him after before that, though. That is true. But you know what? Hey, he wanted them all dead eventually. But now they're not going down. He's just gonna try to kill the Jedi. At least that's what he's saying. Chewie and Lando go back to the speeder. Ben and Rey shed their outer robes. Rose and the other Jedi get the fighting stance. Luke, I'm going to so enjoy bleeding each of your sabers and making all 4 of them mine. Duel of the Fates music blended with Duel of the Heroes music swells the Dark Jedi assaults the Padawan Knight and 2 Masters. Then suddenly a second blade emits from Luke's red laser sword, making it into an angle sword, which he wields expertly. It is flexible, able to be adjusted to any angle, including straight up and down and horizontal. Luke uses these abilities with great effect. Rose's pink blade, Finn's blue blade, and Ben's orange crossguards blade and Rey's blue blade are no match for the constantly shifting and changing angles of Luke's red blades, which from time to time he also pulls apart to reveal a chain between them and extra wields them like nunchucks. Just as the 4 Jedi are about to be completely powerful power and slain, a Jedi Starfighter suddenly lands between Luke and the Jedi. The top pops open out like a blazing glory. Ahsoka Tano, your left hand a bright, shiny, light blue crystalline masterwork, somersaults 5 times forward in the air while unclipping both of her lightsabers from her agility belt. With the force, it lands on her feet. She crouches menacingly, giving Luke a stern look, then ignites both pure white swords simultaneously. Tano, you're gonna pay for sending all those innocent ships to their deaths, fully blowing Lukey. Scene 41, interior speeder Scylla Day. R2-D2 beeps excitedly to see Ahsoka again. Scene 42, exterior Millennium Falcon, landing site, day. Tano, if you want to go get to my friends, you have to get through me first. Luke, loudly, how ever did you find your friends? Tano, easy. Had they not come to Sicily through the Redoubt cluster, I never would have known of their mission, for I had just concluded business there. Luke laughs evilly. What business? What business? Tano, that's none of yours. And when I learned you were after my friends through the monitoring spy network, I immediately sniffed out the trail and came as soon as I could to help. Now I'm gonna defend these wonderful people, and you're gonna tell them when you die. Luke, we'll see. We are pretty evenly matched, but I feel I have a slight edge over your skills, both with saber and force ability. You may be the one to die today. Then I will easily slay your friends, and then I'll have six. Then, and I will have six sabers to bleed. Tano, you will bleed these sabers, or actually no, as no longer God, and that will never happen. Luke, I don't believe in your God. Your sad devotion to the faith in any God makes you weaker than me morally. It should be easy to defeat such a one as yourself. Prepare to die, finally. I will end your long and miserable life, Lady Tana. Suddenly, with a fury rivaling Palpatine himself, Luke twists in the air with his red blade facing in front of him, shouting an evil Sith scream that sounds awful, coming in a choke like a missile. Yeah, yeah, I know. Mm, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Mm. White clashes terrifically with red, and with white with red as Ahsoka and Luke dual wield in unison. Then the chain connecting saber to saber, stretching long enough to allow both combatants to full on dual wield. Tit for tat, blow for blow, Ahsoka clearly is shown to have an advantage, but only a slight one. It is a stalemate. While Luke is distracted, the four Jedi, Chewbacca, Lando, and the four droids board the Falcon. And as Tano nods in approval, takes off into the green skies of Scylla. Then Ahsoka silently gestures with her right pinky finger. The Jedi Starfighter's top pops open, and she backwards somersaults 5 times and lands the cockpit on her seat and zooms off. Scene 43, exterior space. The Falcon and the Jedi Starfighter move away from Scylla and jump together in hyperspace. Scene 44, exterior space. The Chimera hovers menacingly over the planet Yukio. Scene 45, interior Chimera space. Grand Admiral Thrawn sits in his seat, fingers steepled. An Imperial lieutenant walks up to the Thrawn and salutes. Here's the theme music for Thrawn that was taken down because I lost the first account. Let's see how did it go. Done, 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 dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, ah, ah. Yeah, like that. Thrawn. Grand Admiral Thrawn sits in his seat, fingers steepled. An Imperial Lieutenant walks up to Thrawn and salutes. Thrawn, at ease, report. Lieutenant, all systems show battle ready, Admiral. Task force is beginning to check in. Thrawn, very good, Lieutenant. Inform me when all have done so, Captain Pelion. Pelion, sir. Thrawn, begin the countdown. Pelion, yes, sir. Pelion, continued. Countdown. Transition your marks. Bellicose, 3 minutes. Hologram, voiceover, acknowledged. Pelion, relentless, 5 minutes. Hologram, voiceover, acknowledged. Pelion, adjudicator, 6 minutes. Hologram, voiceover, we are ready, Chimera. Thrawn, the operation appears to be moving along smoothly. The Stormhawk reports that the system all fritters launched on time with low tail cables functioning properly. We've just intercepted an emergency call from the Andor system. Pelion. That'll be the Bellicose and his task force. Any response, sir? Thrawn. The rebel base at Lord Padron responded. It should be interesting to see how much help they send. Lieutenant, we intercepted a distress signal from Filtha. Admiral. Lord Padron again responding. Thrawn. Good. 7 minutes, I think, and we will be able to move, leaving our true target for the block. Now we had better confirm that our exalted Jedi Master is ready and willing to do his part. Pelion, I'll go, sir. Thrawn, thank you, Captain. Team 46. Interior Art Growler, Chimera, Space. Joruus C'baoth sits cross-legged, hands on knees, meditating, admiring changing holographic art displays. Captain Pelion strides in confidently behind him. C'baoth. Captain Pelion, I've been waiting for you. I take it Grand Admiral Mithra Duodo is finally ready? Pelion, almost. We want to clear out all our Verdron as much as possible before we move. The Art Jedi crosses his arms. C'baoth. He will not always be right. Pelion, you read my mind. Do you not understand the concept of prophecy? C'baoth. I am the Empire, Captain. Your thoughts require your service to me. Pelion, my service is Grand Admiral Thrawn. C'baoth. You may believe that if you wish. Pelion. We should put it up for tactical display, Master C'baoth. C'baoth raises a hand. As you wish. A tactical display appears. This is the Chimera and the Katana fleet are on display. Pelion. As we can see, the Katana fleet dreadnoughts of our task force cover our outer area defense positions, and the Stormhawk only serves as a backstop to the Chimera from the right side, while the Chimera is driving toward a high orbit above the sunset equator, as other ships are dropping through the brief gaps around ground control is opening for them. Yukio's energy shield. The few invisible cloak ships that are being towed are not to be suspected. C'baoth. Invisible only to those without eyes see them, Captain. Pelion. So now you can see the ships inside, can you? How Jedi skulls roll. C'baoth. With utter disdain. I can see the men inside your precious cloak shields. I can hear their thoughts and guide their minds. What does the metal itself matter? Pelion. They'll be dropping the tow cables as soon as they are inside the shield. Are you ready? C'baoth. I am in an arrogant tone. I await the Grand Admiral's command. A doorbell rings. It sounds almost like the one in Star Trek, The Next Generation, in sound and tone. Da-da-da-da. Thrawn. Voiceover. Captain Pelion. Pelion. We're ready, Admiral. Thrawn. Stand by. Tow cables detracting now. Confirm that they are beneath the planetary shield. Be absolutely certain, Jedi Master. If you are wrong, C'baoth. I am not, Thunders. I am not wrong, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Frederick spits his name out. I will do my part in this battle. Concern yourself with yours. Love of sacrifice. That's why I put in the signature there. Page 2. C-45, exterior Yukio, day. The Chimera hovers as a transmission to the planet is heard. Thrawn, voiceover. This is the Imperial Star for Chimera. I declare the Yukio system and it is once again under the mandate of Imperial law and the protection of Imperial forces. You will lower your shield, recall all vehicles under the bases, and prepare for an orderly transfer of command. If you fail to respond, I will have to presume that you mean to resist the Empire. In that extremity, I will have no choice but open hostilities. 46. Interior Chimera Bridge, close-up of Thrawn's face at space. Voiceover. They are sending another request for resistance, even more panicked than the last. Thrawn, I'm certain the next one will be even more so. Prepare for Fire Series 1, Master C'baoth. C-47, Interior Star World, Chimera Space. As C'baoth meditates, he strives with Thrawn. C'baoth, the cruisers are ready, Grand Admiral Thrawn, as am I. Thrawn, be sure that you are. Unless the thing is absolutely perfect, the entire show will be worse than useless. Triplinators and batteries stand by firing. Sequence on my mark. 3, 2, 1, fire! Exterior, 3 Yukio, day. The planet is fired upon by a salvo from the triple laser blast of the Chimera. People on the surface run in panic, many die, and much stands run into glass. Many of the buildings and motor structures destroyed. C-48, exterior Yukio, point of view of the cloaked ship's Interco, point of view of the Yukians, day. It looks like the Chimera is firing on the planet with the defense shield from the point of view of the Yukians. Pull back to the point of view of just above the cloaked ships to show that this is an artificial illusion, and as the Chimera's two rows of batteries strike the energy shield, the towed cloaked vessels, in turn, and at the exact same time, fire upon the planet below, giving the appearance that the Empire has developed an energy shield-piercing weapon. Scene 49, interior Yukio, shelters. We see children being held by the mothers, husbands embracing their wives in shelters. There's much weeping and mourning. Scene 50, interior Chimera, bridge space. Grand Admiral Thrawn sits on his chair, simply in his fingers. Thrawn, prepare fire sequence 3, Master Sabaoth. Scene Sabaoth, voice of cruisers are ready. Thrawn, triple laser barrier 3, prepare by firing sequence 3. On my mark, 3, 2, 1, fire! Scene 51, exterior Lukio, day. The third sequence of triple laser blasts are even more devastating than the first. In the second, the carnage exceeding anything that has gone before. People are desperately trying to find any shelter that possibly can. The triple laser stop. Man, voiceover. We would ask you to cease bombardment of Yukio. We will discuss your terms of surrender. Thrawn, voiceover. My terms are simple. You will lower your planetary shield and permit my force to land. Any fighting vehicles will be turned over to the Imperial control. And though you will, of course, be ultimately answerable to the Empire, your political, religious, and social systems will remain under your control, provided your people will behave themselves, of course. Man, voiceover. There will be no wartime taxes levied, no forced conscription for youth. Substitute interior Chimera, brave space. Thrawn sits with simple fingers. No to your second question. Qualified no to your first. As you're obviously aware, most Imperial worlds are currently under war status taxation level. However, there are exceptions, and it is likely that your share of the war effort will come directly from your excessive food production and processing facilities. Man, voiceover. We will lower planetary shields, Chimera, as a gesture of good faith. But before we lower our shields, we shall require guarantees regarding the safety of the Yukian people on our land. Thrawn, certainly. Safety 3, after sure space. The planetary shield lowers, Imperial ships will start to land immediately. Safety 4, interior Millennium Falcon space. Rey and Ben sit before a mini holographic Jedi Council meeting, where all 10 other members are around a miniature holographic circle in the ship's hold. Jedi Grandmaster Klon, you must certainly go straight to Wayland. I foresee you will greatly need Lady Tano's assistance. Rey, I am concerned about my pregnancy. I am carrying a son. Ben and I will name him Luke. As you know, we were married in Naboo 6 months ago, and we conceived him on our wedding night. There is a chance the master of that Luke clone, who tried to kill us 3 times, and that we escaped from 3 times, all due to the assistance of other more powerful Jedi stepping into the regime. There is a chance that the Dark Jedi Master might seek to influence the mind of their unborn child. Huh. So, us all. I'm gonna have to change it to once. I'm gonna use the change it to once or twice, depending on how I read episode 10. Don't worry, it's still in this rough draft, so. Okay. Klon. Then it is vital Lady Tano travel with you all the way to Wayland. Her pure spirit will be like a shield protection from the Dark Lord's influence. Jedi Grandmaster Lyrsa. We have just received word that both the Arpajon and Yukia systems have fallen simultaneously while the Filfa system is even now under heavy attack. Rey, rest assured there are thoughts and prayers with them. Han. Meanwhile, there is good news. Thousands of new Jedi temples and hundreds of new rebel bases are now under construction, and more men, women, and children entering them, asking to be trained as Jedi, to the tune of thousands. All right, utter Thaw's nose, Ben. Ben, it is such good news. Truly, the rise of the Jedi. Lyrsa, it is largely due to the mass persecution of yet relative leniency of this new empire that we are seeing such success. The days of chain codes and impressive tyranny is over. If I didn't know better, I'd say that Thrawn is turning out to be quite the benevolent dictator. But of course, I know better. He must be stopped, or this will not last forever. Ray agreed. Klon, this emergency session of the Jedi Council is hereby adjourned. May the Force with us all. One by one, every hologram within the hologram fades, save Klon, Gorny, and Grandmaster Jigthro, who are actually on Farsha 4 in the council chamber. Then they fade as well from the Millennium Falcon's game table where the meeting was held. C-55, exterior space around Filva. A huge space battle ensues between Imperial forces and rebel ships trying to protect a mass evacuation of Filva. C-56, interior X-Wing, 1, cockpit space. Pilot 1, Red Group, Gold Group, cover me. We're taking out the Juggernaut. Protect the bombers at all costs. Bombers start your run now. C-57, exterior space. A resistance bomber loses all support to both squads' X and B wings surrounding it are wiped out by a hornet's nest of TIE specials. Then they turn on the bomb to the bombers, and all three of the bombers explode in massive conflagrations. Then the TIE specials start attacking the X and the A and Y wing squadrons, protecting all the evacuation ships and medical frigates. Suddenly, 3 more X-Wing squadrons and 10th Jedi Starfighter join the fray, and all spend nearly 5 minutes putting up a very good fight, but the TIE Specials, coupled with deadly turbo laser blasts of the Katana Dreadnought, make space dust out of all the resistance defenders, and then the TIE Specials swarm the medical frigates. Scene 58, Interior Medical Frigate 1 Space. Battery tanks and hospital beds with various models of medical droids, doctors, nurses, and attendees are bound everywhere, as the wounded, sick, and dying. Suddenly exposed and incinerate all of it. C-59, exterior medical frigate 1, space. The frigate explodes, busting in pieces. C-60, exterior space. The other 3 medical frigates are blown apart, and the TIE specialists try to pick off the defenses surrounding the evac ships. Once the defenses are weakened sufficiently, blasts from the Dreadnought, as it continues to pummel the planet below, also start to pick off the evac ships one by one until there is 0 left. The remaining rebel ships attempt to flee were routed and vanquished by the TIEs of the Dreadnought. C-61, an interior Dreadnought, relentless British space. A clone stands at attention before a larger-than-life hologram of Grand Moff Thrawn. Clone Commander Compgarn. The rebels at Filva put up a hell of a fight, sir, but we have vanquished them completely. Thrawn. Very good, Commander Compgarn. My fleet at Naboo report that the rebels and native Naboo are putting up an extremely good fight and require immediate assistance. Set your course. Compgarn. Right away, Admiral. C-62, exterior space. The Dreadnought, relentless, and all other Imperial ships and fighters jump together in hyperspace. C-62, space around Naboo. Naboo, both newly conceded native Gungan starfighters and the bright yellow Naboo fighters, and silver shapely Naboo man of war dreadnoughts, and royal blue curvy Naboo destroyers, keeping the Imperial dreadnought, star destroyers, and cruisers at ties at bay away from the planet to avoid a possibility of an aerial bombardment. C-64 Gungan Starfighter 1 cockpit. Gungan Pilot 1. Activated the Bombad Boganya! From the central ship, a giant force field activates and surrounds every Gungan ship in the squad. The Gungan squad plows forward, the shield is decimating entire squadrons of TIEs. They head straight for the Imperial Dreadnought, the Fulminatrix II. The force shield goes straight in one side and out the other of the Dreadnought, leaving a gaping hole the size of a city in its middle section. The Dreadnought goes up in a ball of flame. The second Gungan squadron fights furiously with TIE specials and TIE interceptors. The Gungans have a clear advantage over them. Rick Ollie. Yo! Let's regroup, Royal Squadron, and show these imps what we're made of. CC6 extra space. Just then, the Relentless and many other Imperial ships and fighters jump out of hyperspace. CC7, Series Relentless Bridge. As Clone Commander Countdown studies Hall of what he missed in the local battle from different angles, he gets a flash of light in his eyes, and it says, aha! CC7, 68, exterior space. As the first Gungan squadron starts their shield and prepare to take out the Relentless as well, a troop of Dark Troopers zoom through space, penetrating the shield. Too swift for the Gungan Starfighters to take out while they were maintaining shield stasis. The Dark Troopers destroy the ship, generating the shield, which collapses like a giant space umbrella. Then the Gungans destroy the Dark Troopers with their fighters' lasers. But while they're distracted, the much more seasoned TIE Special squads rout them into the Royals Red Nebula Squadron, all sticking out some of their capital ships, and they call a retreat and flee to hyperspace. The Imperial ships immediately begin their invasion of Naboo. C-69, exterior space. The Millennium Falcon and Ashoka's Jedi Starfighter blast out hyperspace. As they approach Wayland, a relatively small vessel stops and stands before them. C-70, exterior Millennium Falcon, cockpit space. Ray, open a comlink channel. They are hailing us. Voiceover. Permission to dock on board the Millennium Falcon, Lady Ray. Ray, to Ben. Assist on hostility. Comlink. Mission granted. Interior Millennium Falcon, hull, space. A group of Naga come aboard the ship. Leader, we greet you, Lady Palpatine. I am Kak Mahim, warrior of the clan Ikumir. I lead the honor guard in your service and protection. To your service and protection we commit ourselves and our lives. Ray, as a Mal Ali Rouge, I accept your service. Ikumir, my lieutenant Mob Vitar, clan Hakar. Mob Vitar, bows. At your service, Lady Palpatine. Ray, my husband Ben Sol Skywalker. Ikumir, we greet you. The Nograi honors the consort with Lady Palpatine. Ben, thanks, pleasure meeting you too. Akmar's eyes go wide. Akmar, could it be? Grabs Ben's left hand, suddenly sniffing it deeply. It is. We greet you, Lord Vader. We are most honored by your presence. We are awestruck that the offspring of Lord Vader is a consort of the offspring of Lord Sidious. We shall triple our guard and do anything you ask. Men, we are on our way to Wayland. We're going to use some help keeping away the wild animals and unfriendly native tribes to relocate. Thrawn's cloning facility down there. Would you do anything against Mithra Nuroda? Mob Betar. With all due respect to Thrawn, your orders now supersede his. As you, we see as much greater power and authority than he. Yes, we can help you. We intended to help you locate the facility at Wayland all along, which is why we came to dock with your great and honored vessel, the Millennium Falcon. Knowing from our spies who will monitor communications between Luke and his master, George C. Sabaoth, two dark Jedi who seek your utter destruction. Your mission to Wayland below. While we cannot help you defeat them, being powerless to do so, we can and will help you find both the control facility and Mountain Fortress, as well as keep all hostile animals, native tribes, at bay as you asked. C-71, exterior space. The Falcon, the Nograi ship, and Ahsoka's fighter approach Wayland. C-72, exterior Wayland, Jungle Day. The three ships land on a flat surface in a large clearing. The Noghri disembarked first and spread out, forming a safe perimeter around Ahsoka, who gently and gracefully climbs out of her ship and walks confidently forward with a graceful smile, and Lando, Chewie, and the four Jedi followed by the four droids. As you can see, Ben's got the orange crossguard saber. C-73, Wayland, encampment, Jungle Knight. Ben breaks his to Nagra. Ben, how much further is the clothing facility? Bakuradai. Our advanced scouts report that it should take another 6 days by foot. Ray, we're near out of food and potable water. Can you obtain anything of that nature for us? Lemurkani, you are Lady Palpatine and Lord Vader. You command and we obey. We shall hunt edible game for you and dig a well to obtain pure spring water we can find with our technology. We will do so at once, Lady Palpatine. Abandon 6 Nagra immediately leads to her bidding, leaving the other three three other Nagra plus Lemurkani and Bakr Adi. In 1774, exterior Wayland Woods, midday. The party of 11 walk single file to hide the numbers. A band of 6 Nagra approaches them, bearing huge portions of cooked meat on 6 silver platters and 12 large water skins. All the sapient members of the party of 11 rejoice and cheer. Scene 75, exterior space around Coruscant. The Imperial Dreadnought Adjudicator, 8 Super Star Destroyers, and many other Imperial ships, including Star Destroyers, cruisers, and TIEs galore, pop out of hyperspace. At their head is the dreaded Chimera. Scene 76, exterior balcony, condominium, Coruscant Day. Mon Mothma, Chancellor of the New Republic, looks at the sky from mega binoculars. Her daughter, Fawn Mothma, is a confident 35-year-old woman with bright red hair, freckles in her hair, and 5 pigtails that fall behind her head down to the backs of her calves, covered by long slacks down to her ankles. Comes up behind her. Fawn. Has the day arrived, mother? Mon sighs. Yes, I'm afraid so, my dear child, I'm afraid so. Fawn. If the report is true for Yukio, and the Empire can now fire through a planetary shield, I fear the worst, mother. Mon, I strongly suspect that there was some dastardly trick thrown in play on the Yukian people. We are quite safe from an Imperial bombardment, but not from a blockade. And if the Empire controls our shipping, they control our planet, little one. Yes, I'm going to hire Julie Andrews to play an older Mon Mothma and a retro, age regressed, uh, uh, age regressed, age regressed technology with taking a picture and like you did with milk carton children and age regressing the photograph for Julie Andrews to play a younger version of herself or Fawn. So a younger Julie Andrews will play Fawn Mothma using age regressing technology. That's a kind of computer generation imagery, and Julie Andrews will play older versions of Mom Muffin. Scene 77. Interior Coruscant. Rebel staging room. Near Rebel hangar base. Admiral Akbar sucks it. The time has come, ladies and gentlemen, to take our last stand at Coruscant. For if Coruscant falls, then so does the Republic. Poe. So when do we get out there and hand the Imperials their aids on a silver platter? Akbar. Be patient, Poe. Timing must be right, or our defense will surely suffer greatly. General Ezra Bridger, 1st Battalion of the Republic Fleet, and commander of Alphabet Squadron. Ezra Bridger steps up to the podium. Ezra. Now the Imperials thought they had the element of surprise, but we all knew this day was to come. Shoot, everyone on Coruscant knew this day was coming. It was only a matter of when, so we were prepared. We will meet the Imperial threat with the overwhelming numbers, and our chief objective is to capture and destroy Grand Admiral Thrawn's flagship, the Chimera. Without Thrawn's orders, the Imperial fleet will be in chaos. It will still be a threat, however. Nods. General Rex, commander of Rogue Squadron and chairman of the Rebel Army and Fleet. Commander Rex steps up to on the stage. Rex presses a button on a remote. A map of the space around Coruscant, tracking the current positions of the Imperial invading fleet, fills the room. Rex takes a holo map highlighter wand and out of his left pocket. We will create a 5 main perimeters. Here circles a large swath of area in yellow, which autofills the area in faded see-through yellow. Here does the same. Here, ditto. Here, ditto. And here makes one final circle. It presses a few buttons on the wand. The perimeter circles close in on the invaders. We will hem them in and the pincer maneuver, harassing mainly the bulk ships and mostly ignoring the ties. Our main objective is to, as Ezra said, capture and destroy the Chimera. If more imps arrive out of hyperspace, we'll deal with them the same way. They step down an anthill, and we're gonna wear Gamorrean fire ants. Our victory is assured. Off to the side, an aged Lasat with full rifle, Garzeb Aurelius, grins from ear to ear. He bears general's bars as well, and is dressed in a general's suit. Next to him stands Hera Syndulla, an aged yet still beautiful Twi'lek, smiling a wan smile. And at her side is Chopper, her faithful droid, who is excited as well. Scene 78. Exterior cloning facility, Wayland Day. A very heavily guarded cloning facility looms in the view of Ahsoka, Chewbacca, Lando, and the 4 droids. Chewie whispers in Lando's ear. Lando to Chewie. Well, it almost worked before. Ahsoka, do you have any binders in your satchel? Ones that could actually fit Wookiee's wrists? Ahsoka. I think I have just a thing. With a long length of shock rope tied around his wrist by any chance? Lando grins. You know, it just might. You know, it just might. Interior Wayland clothing facility day. 2 stormtroopers, who are really Lando and Ahsoka in disguise, roughly jostle Chewbacca disguised as a prisoner, and the 4 droids spray painted with black markings, except for 3PO. March single file, unnoticed by the Imperials, who seem too busy with their own affairs to notice anything unusual. Scene 79, exterior space. The Chimera looms in front of the massive Imperial Armada. Scene 80, interior Chimera Bridge. Pelion. This will be a day long remembered. What Tarkin and Vader and Kylo Ren only dreamed of is finally coming to fruition. The end of the rebellion is finally at hand. Let's see how much time I have left. Oops, I forgot to do that the right way. Certain stroke guide. We're rolling live 1 hour and 9 minutes. Now, let me turn it on YouTube to see, make sure they ain't copyright claim me for the music. They didn't. No videos. Live. It's live. Good. I looked at that. And one arc theme. Wow. Cool. Awesome. It's awesome. Okay. Wow. It's awesome. It's cool. Cool. That's awesome. Cool. Can't remember that. Okay. Live chat's there. Live chat replay. It's there. Some messages. Anyone? Slow. No. Save. There. Well, I'm live, so what matters. Oh, what happened? There it is. Okay. Let's see. Fame viewers. Short bedtime for them. I have no viewers. That's okay. Because, it's okay because this will be on forever. It's good forever. Thrawn. History is on the move, Captain. Those who cannot keep up will be left behind to watch from a distance, and those who stand in our way will not watch at all. The rebels are likely to set up a number of perimeters around our fleet and attempt to pincer maneuver. In the past, they might have worked, but the rebel fleet cannot even imagine what I have in store for them. I assure you, Captain, our victory is guaranteed. Foolproof, or as they say. There are no loose threads that could unravel us. I thought every possible contingency. The rebel rebellion will be snuffed out for good, and good riddance. Jorah Sabaoth confidently strides out of the bridge from the turbolift. Jorah, I demand that you give me command of the ship and a crew to command. Thrawn, I must go back to Willen immediately. Thrawn, what for? Jorah, that's not any concern. Thrawn, fine, I'll humor you. You may have a bulk cruiser with a special escort. Go, have your ship. You have your ship and your crew. I have no more need of you. Sabaoth, you shall soon be dead, and I shall be ruler of this empire, that has always been mine by right. Says Sabaoth. Thrawn, I doubt that. Go, fly away on your new ship before you start to try my patience. At either side of Thrawn is Nagra, I stand guard. Sabaoth turns gruffly on his heel and strides off the bridge back into the turbolift. C81, Interior Clothing Facility, Wayland Day. The party of seven stride past tens of thousands of clothing cylinders at regular planned intervals. Ahsoka and Lando. Then the stormtrooper plant timer charges in key areas, unnoticed by all Imperials. C82, Interior Wayland Clothing Facility Day. A stormtrooper on patrol duty walks down a corridor and notices one of the charges. Stormtrooper, hey, sound the alarm! C83, Interior Wayland Clothing Facility Security Room. An Imperial officer, hearing the alarms, checks the security cams for anything suspicious. Clearly sees two stormtroopers playing charges, sees they are with a suspicious Wookiee, and puts his radio to his mouth. Officer, be on the lookout for two fake stormtroopers of regular height and shape. one appearing to be female, judging from her overstuffed bosom. They are with a spooky, wearing rope around his wrist. 3 droids spray painting red black rather sloppily, I might add. And 1 golden protocol droid. Shoot to kill, presuming them to be armed and extremely dangerous. C-84, Exeter Wayland Clone Facility Day. Imperial ATST walkers and hundreds of stormtroopers will converge on the clone facility. C-85, Exterior Space. The Master Rebel fleet emerges from Coruscant's upper atmosphere and starts spreading all over the former perimeters as the turbo lasers of the capital ships fire upon them and the ties harass them. C-86, Interior Mountain Fortress Day. Having dispatched all the Imperial troops and officers, we see piles of dead bodies of downed SCTSTs and NC walkers. 4 Jedi rush into the hidden fortress, saber swinging, blocking laser blaster bolts, beheading dark troopers, skewering officer and soldier alike, and just then wreaking havoc. They come to a large room where there is a large hover chair whose back faces them. It turns around to reveal Luke calmly stroking a lost cat. which he wow. Which he pats on the head, then gently scooches off his lap. He stands up and rolls his eyes. Luke. Not be surprising that you four working together easily took out hundreds of those low-level lackeys. He practically spits out the nerve. They are expendable. They can easily be replaced in mere pocket change for my master. Are you really so stupid as to think the 4 of you can overcome me and my master? If you couldn't even overcome me once, not twice or 3 times, you are not only naive, but possibly dumb to think so. Rose, you will die. Luke, whatever. Moves left pinky. Oh, listen. Across the room, the switch activates. The heavy ceiling rapidly starts to descend upon the 4 Jedi. I dispatched the 4 of you myself, but it would be much too easy. Ahsoka is much more of a challenge. Together, the 4 Jedi force push the ceiling back up, countering the hydraulics by reversing them, twisting the metal inside, which you hear scraping against itself and screamingly grating inside the walls. Luke, figures as much. The knight sabers and steps forward, shedding his outer robe. As the original score plays, Luke and the 4 Jedi have an even more intense duel than before. Blade crosses blade, and after 5 minutes of intense fighting, Rose Tico suddenly does a reverse spin in tandem with Finn's reverse spin in the opposite direction. Luke is cut down in the knee joints. Oof, he gasps in pain, staring in disbelief at his severed lower legs. And Ben and Bray on either side of him, one behind, one in front, pierce him in 2 directions at once in vital areas. Luke falls over dead. The 4 Jedi advance. Scene 87. Interior cooling facility, Wayland Day. As Ahsoka protects Lando and Chewie, deflecting blaster bolt after blaster bolt back at the advancing stormtroopers and officers, Chewie and Lando fire away at them with rifle and bowcasters and continue planting charges. Scene 88. Exterior space around Coruscant. As a harmonious blend of Rebel Alliance fleet music from the Battle of Endor in Return of the Jedi and the Resistance theme plays, the perimeters of Rebel ships begin their pincer maneuver, but then a massive armada of Super Star Destroyers decloaks around the Rebel positions. Whoa. Dwarfing all the perimeter areas. The Rebel ships begin to be picked off one by one. Scene 89. Interior Rex's expert cockpit space. Rex. That's just devil! He gets our strategy! A look of grim determination crosses his features. Men, it's a 1 in a million shot, but half of our rebel ships are about to do a massive holdover maneuver in 5 directions on the outlying destroyers with me in the lead. Voiceover, Ezra. Rex, no! Rex, no! Rex, sorry, kid, but it's the only way to stop them. Tell my wife I sobs heavily and sheds a tear. Love her very much. Voiceover. Ezra. Rex! No! You can't do this! I won't let you! There's got to be another way! Rex. Kid, there is no other way. Love you, kid. We had a good life together, you and I and Snips. See you in the afterlife. Alright, boys, I'm on mark. 3. Voiceover. Ezra. No! Rex. 2. C-90. Exterior space around Coruscant. Half the rebel fleet, from X-Wings to Montcalm Mark cruisers, jump into hyperspace in 5 different directions, tearing a crippling gaping hole in the entire outline of Imperial Armada, rendering them useless. C-91, interior Ezra's cockpit space. Ezra, no! C-92, interior core facility, Wayland Day. In a relatively safe area, Ahsoka Tano's right hand goes to her head temple, and she pauses in shocked disbelief. Ahsoka, no! My husband! My dear husband! My lover, my best friend! No! She goes down to her knees and weeps and weeps, and as Lando and Chewie continue to fire all around her, she scratches aimlessly at the floor and bows her head and closes her eyes. Ahsoka, my husband, my dear, dear husband! She continues to weep and mourn. Then, with a look of grim determination and resolve, she gets up and continues the battle. Interior Chimera Bridge. Grand Admiral Thrawn stares in shock and disbelief at the tactical display before him, which shows the remaining rebels to be regrouping and reforming their perimeters, and the pincer maneuver working just as Rex had planned. The Imperial fleet is decimated and dismantled. Pelion watches this disbelief as a pool of blood forms in his heart. Standing in his crisp white uniform, the Naga beside him has stabbed him through from behind. Thrawn, but notice how artfully it was all done. Grand Admiral Thrawn kills over dead with a loud groan and falls to the floor, eyes wide open in terror. Just then, explosions ripped all around Thrawn's dead body, and Captain Pelion is incinerated where he stands. C-93, exterior space. The Chimera goes down in flames toward Coruscant's upper atmosphere. In C-94, interior Coruscant, rebel base today. As hundreds of reserve officers, pilots, and troops monitor the tactical display, a spontaneous cheer erupts through the crowd. C-95, exterior cloning facility, Wayland. As walkers fire at Ahsoka and crew, she begins to lop the legs off with supernatural strength and renewed determination. Then she slices through the thick metal hides once brought down, throws charges in, and they explode. Lando and Ahsoka have shed their armor. Every walker, trooper, and officer now dispatched for Lando, Chewie, and Ahsoka. Ahsoka rushes to the aid of Rose, Ben, Rey, and Finn, telling Lando and Chewie to stay without the mountain fortress to keep guard. C-96, Interior Fortress, Wayland Day. The four Jedi come face to face with Dark Jedi Master Jorah C'baoth, sitting upon a dais overthrowing a tactical display of the battle over Coruscant. C'baoth, Rey Palpatine, Kylo Ren, FN-2187 of the First Order, Rosico, I've been waiting for you, all of you. Come witness the working of my ultimate design. Thrawn is dead. Ha! Luke has been vanquished by you four. I expected no less. FN-2187 should make an excellent replacement for him. I shall school him in the true nature of the Force. After I kill the rest of you, or get him to do it for me. He has become powerful. I can feel his anger, his fear, his aggression. Come here, my boy. Finn, I don't think so. You are so dead. C'baoth, oh really? C'baoth released a full volley of Force lightning, which engulfs the four Jedi as they writhe on the floor in agony. C'baoth, I am the ruler of the Galactic Empire now. The Sith mantle has fallen upon my shoulders. I will not be denied. Just then, Ahsoka Tano steps into the throne room. Ahsoka. At the end, your reign is not short of it was. The volley of lightning ceases. Sabayoth. Ashoka Tano. I was not expecting such a one as yourself. How pleasant of you to join us. Suddenly, Sabayoth sends even more deadly volley of lightning at Ahsoka, but she raises her left palm and counters the volley with a pure light energy beam channeled through her crystalline prosthesis. And the lightning and beam both go back and hit him knocking him off his throne. He leaps to his feet and takes out and ignites his pure crimson blade and brushes Ahsoka with such speed and fury that it is all she can do for Ahsoka to keep her feet in the battle. George constantly spins, twists, reverse spins, and kicks to Ahsoka's face, which are so hard she reels from them, keeps her constantly on her toes, and continually on her guard. Then, with renewed determination, Tano launches an intensive volley of her own saber attacks, employ every known Jedi sword style and stance, and some she just invents on the spur of the moment, out of necessity, as she dual wields. It is a stalemate. Both Jedi are back away from each other. Then Ahsoka sends a healing wave that hits all four incapacitated Jedi, reviving them fully. George attacks the group of 5, but he is no match for their combined strength and skill. Ahsoka lands a killing blow, slicing George Sabayoth in half, right down the middle. Both halves of George Sabayoth fall outwardly to the left and to the right, splitting him wide open, his gore spilling out onto the throne room floor. C-97. Exterior, Clover Facility, Wayland Day. The Clover Facility explodes in a huge epic explosion. C-98, exterior course at Rebel Hall Day. The award ceremony assembly music from A New Hope plays as Rey puts medals around the neck of first Chewbacca, then Ahsoka, Ben, Solo Skulker, C-3PO, Lando Calrissian, Finn Redeemed, Poe Dameron, Rose Tico, and finally on to an honored guest from afar, Princess Theodora. Finn is wearing a black shiny coupon Padawan braid. The music takes on solemn tones. There is a moment of silence to mark the passing of Talon's husband, Commander Rex. Talon weeps visibly. Then the audience cheers and applauds. The chant, "Freedom! Freedom! Freedom! Freedom!" starts spontaneously. There are many whistles, cheers, and much applauding. The galaxy rests. For now. Woo! What did you think? Please comment below. For part 1 of this 2-part script, see my first video, part 1, on my channel. I'm gonna start now. Before we get into the funny, yes, the funny is coming. I'm gonna play RuneScape for a while. So they're allowed to show that. So now I'm done with my AW prayer. I'll have to go to the bathroom pretty soon. Yes, illegal. I'm not doing anything illegal here. I'm not going to do anything illegal. Don't worry. When you think about it. Install. Step. Yes. I got bit for driver's driver. It's about to update. Install Wizard. I'll set up Wizard now. Hey, I gotta end this stream. I'll start part 3 of the stream pretty soon. I gotta end this stream, guys. Hope you guys like the first 2. Trying to just get this. Bye. I gotta return to it. Love you guys. Ciao.